Hey guys, my name's Dave, this is Custom Spray Mods, and this video is all about blending paint and clear. I'm going to show you two different ways to do it. Check it out. Okay, so why do we need to blend our paint? Well, it's because the paint doesn't match. Now, when you get a paint from the paint shop, you get the paint code from your car and you get it mixed. Now, when you get that paint mixed, it doesn't mean that it's going to be the exact same color as the car. It might be very close, but there's always going to be a little difference. Also, when you spray paint using a gun or an aerosol can, it's always going to look a little bit different to when the car was painted from factory. So we need to blend the paint and hide any mismatching color. Now, there are a few ways to blend the paint. One is blending the base coat and making sure that the color blends into the existing color. And then another way is to do that, but then also blend the clear coat. And I'll go over both those methods now. Check it out. So here we have my mum's red Hyundai Tucson, and it's been scraped on the side on the passenger door. And as you can see, the scratches are pretty deep. You can feel them with your fingernail and you can even see some plastic. So the first step with any paint job is to make sure the area is clean. So I've gone around with a sponge and dried it off and make sure it's nice and clean and dry. Now I'm going to remove the door handle, and it's pretty easy. Just one screw here, undo that, and the door handle comes straight off. Now, using some 120 grit sandpaper and a hard block, I'm going to try and smooth out the scratches as much as I can. Now, if I can smooth them completely out with the sandpaper, then that's really good. I can just spray some primer. But if there's any dents, then I do need to use some filler. Now, I have found that there are some dents there, so I am going to use some body filler. And before I do that, I'm going to clean it with some wax and grease remover to make sure that it's just nice and clean and the body filler is going to stick as good as it can. Now, they're only very small dents, so I'm going to use what's called a fine body filler. This is just going to be a lot easier to sand and easier to work with. I'm mixing my hardener at the correct ratio, about a golf ball to a pea, and I'm mixing it up thoroughly and applying it over the dents. Just using a plastic applicator and making sure that the filler is high over all the dents. Then I'll use my block and some sandpaper to get it smooth. After about 30 minutes, the body filler is dry. Now I'm using a block and some 120 grit sandpaper to sand that body filler nice and smooth. Once I've got that completely level, I'm going to sand over the area with 240 grit sandpaper. Now 240 grit is the correct grit if you're spraying primer. Now that I've done 240 grit, I'm just going to go around 400 grit a little bit further so that I've got more adhesion in case any primer goes over that area. Now I'm going to quickly mask up the area because I'm about to spray some primer. Now I'm not masking any hard edges, so I'm not going to put just a box of tape around that repair. I'm masking the surrounding panels, and I'm just going to blend that body filler as best I can. Now we're all masked up and ready to paint. I'm going to clean it with some wax and grease remover, spraying it on and then drying it off. Now anytime you apply something for the first time, it's important to use wax and grease remover. Now I'm going to spray 3 coats of primer, waiting 10 minutes between coats. I'm using a 1.8mm spray gun, and I'm spraying that nice and thick over the area. Now my first coat was over the repair, and I'm just getting a little bit wider with every coat, just to make sure that I've got enough primer over the area. Now I'm going to spray some guide coat, which is just some black paint, and it's going to help me sand the surface. Now that the primer is all dry, I'm going to sand the area with 400 grit dry sandpaper and a block. Now the block is going to make sure that I have a perfectly flat finish. Now the guide coat is going to make sure that I've sanded all the primer thoroughly. So if there's any black paint left over, it means that I haven't sanded it properly. Now that I've done 400 grit, I'm going to spray it again with the guide coat and sand it this time with 600 grit on an air sander. Basically, all that this is doing is making sure that all those 400 grit scratches are sanded out, because it can show up in the final finish. Now that that's all done, I'm using a sanding sponge which is about 800 grit, and I just want to make it even finer. Because there's a lot of fine pearls in this colour, I don't want any scratches to show up. Now I'm using a grey scuffing pad and some scuffing paste. I'm also using water, and I'm going over the whole panel that this repair is on. So this means I have to scuff all the clear on that door. And all I've done is just taken off the gloss. It hasn't taken off any clear, it's just etched it up so that the paint and clear can stick. Now I've masked up the car once again and I'm ready for my paint. First I'm going to clean with wax and grease remover, spraying it on, wiping it off, and I'm also going to clean with a tack rag just to get rid of any extra dust on the job. Now I'm ready to spray my base coat. I've mixed it up with thinners and I'm spraying over the repair, and my first coat is directly over that primer. Every coat after that is going to get further and further away, and I'm going to try and paint it so I do not reach the edge of the panels. As you can see here in the blue section is where I'm going to paint, and you can see that it's not reaching the edge of the door and it's not reaching the other side of the door. Now this is so that the paint matches, and I'm angling the gun to get that paint to blend so that we don't see any difference in colour. After about 3 or 4 coats of base coat, it's time to spray the clear coat. I'm going to spray 2 coats of 2K clear, making sure that I get nice even coverage, and I'm spraying at a good distance not to get any runs. I'm going to make sure that I spray 2 full coats over the entire door. This is going to seal off the panel and make sure the paint is all covered and looking good. Now that the clear is all dry, I can unmask it and start putting it back together. Now I've used a very fast drying clear which fully cures in about 1 hour, so my mum can come and pick up the car and take it home and she doesn't have the scratch anymore. Okay, so that's how you blend your base coat and spray a clear coat on top. Now as you can see, I repaired the damage, then blended that base coat and then clear coated the whole panel. Now what if you don't want to clear coat the whole panel? Like what if it's a bumper bar and you don't want to go to the effort of clear coating the whole bumper bar? Well, there are ways to blend the clear as well, and I'll show you that right now. Okay, so what we've got here is a scratch on the rear bumper bar, and as you can see, it's pretty deep, so I need to start sanding that. I'm going to use a fairly coarse sandpaper, something about 80 grit, and I've got an air sander, so I'm just going to sand that completely smooth until I can't feel any more scratches. Now I'm going to clean it with some wax and grease remover and just inspect it a bit more. Now I found that this needs some body filler, so I'm going to use some plastic body filler and apply that to the low spots of the dented area. Now I've mixed up my body filler, and as you can see I've got the hardener just drawing a line down the middle of that pile, and that gives us the correct amount of hardener for the body filler. So I mixed it all up and I'm going to apply that to the plastic, just making sure I put it over any low spots so that it can fill it. And then I'm going to let that fully cure and dry, and then I'll start sanding it. But while I'm waiting for that to dry, I'm going to sand out these other scratches. They don't need filler, so I'm just going to sand them with 150 grit, then finish with 240 grit. So now I'm down to the body filler. I'm going to sand that with 80 grit and a block, using a nice hard block to get that smooth. Now that's all sanded, I'm going to use a sanding sponge and just go over all the areas that I'm ready to prime. So I need to put a high build primer onto this. So I'm going to sand that with a soft sanding sponge and get that ready for primer. Now I'm putting some masking paper, and I'm not putting it too close to the area that I'm going to prime, because I don't want any hard edges. Now this is a high build primer. I'm going to spray 3 coats of high build primer over the repair. That's just going to fill any low spots and get my panel ready for base coat. So this is a guide coat. Basically it's a powder. I'm going to put that on the repair, on the primer area. And I'm going to use some water and some 400 grit to sand that primer. So I'm doing this wet. Yeah, you can do it dry, but I like to do it wet. Now I'm going to sand that with 400 grit and water. And then I'm going to finish with 800 grit. But now I'm going to use a grey scuffing pad and some scuffing paste. And I'm going to basically scuff the rest of the panel ready for my base coat and clear coat. So this is just going to take off the gloss and allow the next few coats to stick. This is going to help the clear coat stick and the base coat stick to the rest of that panel. So I'm going to scuff all that area all the way to the edge, and I'm also going to scuff the panel down onto the lowest part of the bumper bar, and that's where I'm going to blend it. So yeah, I've done that, and now I'm going to put some masking tape and just mask up all the areas I don't want paint to get on. Just using a bit of tape, masking up around all those areas. I'll do all the edges first with normal tape, and then I'll put some plastic over the whole car. As you can see, yeah, we don't want overspray to get on the rest of the car, so we'll chuck tape over that. Now I'm ready for my base coat. Mixed up my base coat, now I'm going to spray that over the repair and basically angle the gun so it gets like a soft edge, Yeah, so I'm not spraying all the way to the edge of the panel. I'm not spraying to those where the rear guard is. I'm just letting the paint blend in so that I don't have any hard edges and the paint will look different. So yeah, I'm going to keep going, doing about 3 to 4 coats, getting a little bit bigger with each coat. I've just mixed this normally with base coat thinners so it goes through the gun. Now I'm just going to unmask this little bit that I painted black and I'll be ready for some clear coat. So now that's done, I've mixed up my clear. I'm going to spray 2 coats of 2K clear over the repair. I'm going over that repaired area and I'm going to go a little bit further along the bumper bar to almost the smallest bit of the bumper bar there. And then on my next coat, I'll go a little bit further and then just blend that clear in on the smallest part. And I've gone all the way over near where the tow bar is in the middle of that bumper bar. And I'm just going to angle the clear on that last bit just to kind of blend that clear. Now on the second coat, yep, I'm doing that again. Now the problem is if you just leave the clear with that soft edge, then it's going to have a hazy finish. It's going to look a bit rough and hazy because when the clear finishes, it's not completely smooth. So on our last coat, I'm going to get a can of blending thinners ready to go. So that once I finish my last coat of clear, I can immediately spray the edge of that clear with the blending thinners. And as you can see, I'm spraying the clear to the middle of the bumper bar there. And then I'll get my thinners out, my blending thinners, and I'm just going to spray the edge of that clear. And what that does is kind of melts the edge of that clear and makes it really nice and thin and fully blends in so you don't have any haze or any rough edge. And as you can see, the bumper bar's all repaired and painted. You can't see where that clear has ended, and that's the goal basically. So we don't have to paint the whole bumper bar. We've just clear coated half the bumper bar and blended that clear. So yeah, that's just a great way to repair your bumper bar, you know, without having to paint the whole thing. So yeah, pretty good. Well, there you go. That is 2 different ways to blend your paint and blend your clear coat. And we do that, yeah, just because the paint doesn't match. And basically all panel shops will do that. Now, what a body shop will also do is they will try and match the clear coat. When I say that, I mean they're trying to match the peel of the clear coat. So they don't want to paint a panel and it looks completely smooth and then the rest of the car has the factory orange peel. So that's another thing to think about if you are painting panels to, yeah, just, you don't want it to be perfectly smooth because then it can look a bit funny. And that's just the things that body shops have to deal with. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it can help you in your project. If you've got a scratch or some damage, can make it a little bit easier to repair that. So yeah, just give it a go and yeah, hit the subscribe button, hit the little bell, leave a comment, and yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Also, if you're in Sydney or if you're in Australia, then check out vgautopaints.com.au, come into the shop or check out our website. I do lessons on all this stuff, so I also do blending lessons, deep scratch repairs. We do a full day of dent repair, spray painting and machine polishing, all completely for beginners. So yeah, you don't need any experience. Anytime, just pop over to VG Auto Paints or go online and you can book into those lessons. And yeah, just here to help. So thanks a lot. See you later.